आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्तु अनिराकरणं मेस्तु तदात्मनि निरते य उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om. May all my limbs attain strength. May the body, the mind, the sensory and motor organs and the life force become perfected. All is verily the one without second, ever blissful, ever perfect, existence itself. Let me never deny this truth of oneness, of blissful existence. Let this truth never deny me either. I am aware that experiencing this truth presupposes lot of blessed virtues to be acquired. May all these virtues be with me. Om. Peace, peace, peace. Let us feel the truth of oneness by thinking of hundreds of exquisite statues in Madame Tussauds Wax Museum. They are statues of different persons. Each person is well known for various different qualities and the great deeds that they did. But they are all actually water only wax only. They are nothing but wax. There could be statue of Churchill, the statue of Stalin, many others who were different people. Their shapes were different, and yet all was just wax. So let us feel that intrinsic unity of everything that we see. It is all different shapes. The chair has one shape, the one who sits on the chair has another space. And the one mosquito that sits on the one sitting on the chair has another shape. But they are all the God, the one without second, ever perfect existence. We need to integrate this thought in our thinking and feel all is just one without second, ever blissful, ever perfect, divine existence itself. That is the source of peace and true bliss. Om. Peace, peace, peace. The Abhijit, the clicker. So friends, let us begin with our opening chant. Please try to chant it as loudly as possible. Janmadhyasya yatonvayaditaratashchartheshvabhignaswarat Tene brahmhridaya adikavaye muhyanti yatsurayah tejo varimridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrisha dhamna svena sada nirastakuhakam satyam param dhimahi. That from whom creation, sustenance and dissolution of the universe take place, who is both the instrumental and material cause of it, who is omniscient, is the only one having self-mastery, being the one independent entity, who illumined the mind of Brahma with Vedic revelation, whose wisdom is the wonder of even the greatest sages, in whom the world of the three gunas subsists, just as the combination of materials like fire, water and earth subsist in their causes without changing their elemental nature, in whose consciousness there is nothing false. On that truth supreme we meditate. So this is the essence of Bhagavatam. Meditate on truth supreme. Uh, for last couple of classes we were studying the life story of Pururava, the lunar dynasty, and the Pururava. And Pururava is depicted in lot of the literature in Sanskrit and in all the Indian languages because of the tremendous symbology it embodies of how one through meditation on something that one is attached to but learns to transcend the form of it, evolves spiritually. Pururava was tremendously attached to the mm, divine damsel. Divine means from the celestial world, Urvashi. So Urvashi and Pururava, they came together, but then Urvashi left due to something that a condition of their marriage was got broken, and then Pururava, like a madman, was looking for her, and then the story goes. Finally, he finds her, and she tells that how the women they cheat, the men so addicted to them. It is it is not actually as we saw last time. It is a woman cheating. It is the whatever object that we fall in love with. We get so fascinated with it. Our life seems to be dependent on that object. Now, that object doesn't have any consideration for us. Ah, like, suppose I am addicted to sugar, just to give an example. Then, uh, if I miss sugar, I suffer. Does the sugar suffer? The sugar has no relationship with that. So, any object that we get attracted to, get attached to, becomes our master, as it were. It controls our happiness. So, the idea given is that a man's tremendous involvement, attraction, fascination, and absorption in a woman becomes, the woman may go away. The woman, as depicted here, doesn't have much to do with it because it is the object is not really involved in it. You are in getting attracted to the object, and thus the object doesn't suffer. It is the subject that keeps on suffering. Then Urvashi brought this knowledge to him that you propitiate Gandharvas, and Gandharvas gave him a pot of sacrificial fire. For the sacrificial fire, you see, there is a special pot, and told that, well, take this. And he thought of that pot as Urvashi and kept before him, meditated on that pot as Urvashi. Now there is no form of Urvashi there anymore, only that pot. And as the meditation enhanced, what happens in meditation, friends? One transcends the form. That is an important characteristic in meditation. That whatever form you see, think of the substance behind it. And thus you go gradually to the essence. This transcendence is the heart of meditation. As this Pururava transcended that, and the Vedas and the various types of fires associated in the sacrifices were revealed to him. It is told here that from that time the Veda, which was earlier one in Treta Yuga, in Satya Yuga, Krita Yuga, became three in Treta Yugas. Later on, later on it became four. So whatever. So that is the story, very symbolic. And with that, Pururava attained an elevation since he was given this by Gandharvas, the celestial beings. He, after death, attained to that celestial abode. So it is that kind of world. So, not that he has completely become identified with the supreme truth, but uh, proceeded in that direction. That is how one, through the spiritual practice or sadhana, gets gradually transformed. So, now we will go to different other that lineage of Pururava. And we will skip a lot because there is nothing much into that. But here, the birth of Parshurama is a very noted one, and it is the Parshurama is very much studied. But one character in this lineage is very important, Janhu. Janhu. But he didn't assume kingdom. He renounced everything. That is the meaning and the etymological meaning of this word Janhu. And then, see, as it is that Gadhi was one of the kings in the lineage of this Pururava. We will see that is the story how Parshurama got born. But that there is this very beautiful story about the sage Janhu. He gave up everything and now immersed in spiritual practice. And what happened was that as the river Ganges, with its torrential flow, we saw the advent of this river Ganges, how Bhagiratha prayed to her and so forth in some episodes before. So now this Ganges, as it was coming in torrents, she passed over this hermitage of this Janhu. And so Janhu, it was all was getting destroyed in his hermitage because of the tremendous flow of Ganges. He drank all the Ganges, took the Ganges. It is said that it is like Achumana. Achumana is a Sanskrit word that when in the beginning of puja or even in the beginning of your meals, you take a drop of water in your this small pit of hand. It should be put in such a way that no water drop should spill outside. So only that much water should be taken, and then it is. Now this Janhu, he took the whole Ganges in that small pit and drank it, stopped the flow of Ganges. And then when everybody said, oh, well, now without Ganges, without water, how are we to survive? So he let out the Ganges through his ear. So, uh, like that, the name for Ganges, one name is Jahnavi. Jahnavi. It is from the sage Jahnu, and so it got the name Mother Jahnavi. So it is spelt wrongly in colloquials because the pronunciation is Jahnavi in colloquials, but that is not correct. It is Jahnavi is the Sanskrit pronunciation. So in vernacular, in other derived languages, it is spelled as Janhavi. But this is the right in Sanskrit language. So this is the how the history of how the Ganges river, Ganga, got called, got the name Jahnavi. Uh, Now, there was a king in the Pururavas lineage, his name was Gadhi, and he had a daughter Satyavati. So, and a seer wanted to marry her. He got attracted to her and wanted to marry Richika. But Gadhi thought, well, he is not his status is very different. He is of a very, he is a hermit, and we are kings. How can I marry my daughter to this fellow? It doesn't look the right groom for my beautiful daughter. So, but how to say no? So he said to him that it is uh, give me a bridal money of 1,000 horses, white in color like the moon, but having one ear blue. Now that was the condition he had kept. What a great bridal money! 1,000 uh, white horses, white like moon, but each of them must have one ear, as they blue. So now his idea was so that this sage will not be able to get such thing and the marriage will never happen. But the sage had his powers, so he approached Varuna, the lord of horses, and from him got 1,000 such horses and gave to king. Come on, I have given you now the bridal money as you told. That was the only condition that you had given, and I have fulfilled that. So now, reluctantly, King Gadhi said, okay, here is my daughter, now you can marry her. And they got married. But now they needed he that Satyavati, she needed child, and also Satyavati's mother needed a son. She had daughter, but she wanted a son. So both urged this Richika for getting them an issue. So progeny. So now this was that's Richika's power. He put 2 pots of sacrificial offering in front of them, one designated for Satyavati and another for her mother. Mm. But when Satyavati's mother asked that, oh, where is that portion for me? And Satyavati thought that the one that she has looks better and bigger. So, devoted to her mother, she gave her portion to mother and took the other portion for herself. Both had it. At that time, Richika had gone to the river to take a bath and all that, to take a dip there. And when he came back, he learned that this is what has happened, and he became very upset. Wrong things got mixed with, it is the combination has to be right, otherwise it can cause a lot of problems. So right thing has to be put in right place. In the relative world, everything has to be rightly put in the right proportion with similar other thing to have a proper desirable combination. If not, the things can go haywire. So he told this Satyavati that, oh, what have you done? It is, uh, you have committed a big folly. You will now the results will follow. If you combine things like that, the results will follow. Uh, you will now have a son who will be very stern and a terrifying chastiser of evil ones, while your mother will have a son who will be a great knower of supreme truth, the Brahman. So that is how he told that what is going to happen. But in these, there is a slight leeway where the result can be altered by some other process. So Satyavati didn't want a very stern and violent child like that who will kill so many evildoers. Evildoers are plenty in the world, so all this killing he will be doing. No, so she said, okay, now please, can you do something? And the sage said, he took pity on her and said, okay, not your son, but the grandson. Instead of your son, the grandson will be like that. Thus, Satyavati gave birth to a very saintly person, Jamadagni. And then Jamadagni was then born to Satyavati. He was very gentle and saintly. He married to Renuka. Renuka is from the daughter of Renu. So Renu was a sage. So from Renu she came. So Renuka. Renuka is a form of Divine Mother who is worshipped in so many places in India, especially in the central and southern part of India, Renuka. There are many famous temples of Renuka. So she goes by various names, Renuka, Renuka Bhavani, or Yellamma Devi. Is a revered Hindu mother goddess. Uh, she is worshipped as a form of Shakti. Our Tushar and Mukta, their home, they worship Mother Renuka on certain occasions. So there are many very beautiful shrines. Most of the shrines are on some mountain top or certain fortresses. So, and then this Renuka had many sons, many children born. The youngest and most well known was Parshurama. Parshurama became very well known, and Parshurama well known because of the deeds that he did, and he is considered the sixth incarnation of Vishnu, just preceding Rama. So, in that 10 incarnations described, this sixth is Parshurama. First is the fish incarnation. It is, according to many, the story of just evolution. So, how from the aquatic creatures came the semi aquatic creatures like this turtle. Turtle was the next one. Matsya, Kurma. Kurma means a turtle. So, turtle can stay both places on the land as well as in the waters. So, fish, you take out fish from water, it dies. So, this is the evolution that can stay in both. One of my acquaintances uh, was a Bengali gentleman, and uh, uh, just near our center in Nagpur, had his house there. So was coming with a bag in hand. Uh, hey, where did you go? I went to for shopping. What did you buy? Fish. I bought fish. And then those days, especially in that city, it was not easy to go and buy fish, not available in all ordinary shops. And it is so. I asked, "Hey, how did you find fish here?" He said, "We find, we are Bengalis, we eat fish, so we find it anywhere." And he said, "The fish can live without water, but a Bengali cannot live without fish." So, just a little joke, you see. So, it is. So, fish lives only in water, the turtle lives on both water and land. Then next is the very powerful this boar lives in forest on land, and then fourth is this half man, half lion, beast and human combined, as it were, Narasimha. And the fifth is this small man, tiny man, Vamana. So, and the sixth is now Parshurama, a very powerful but uh, violent person. But his violence is directed only to evildoers. So he was son to Jamadagni, who was very saintly, gentle person. And so Parshurama didn't really express his angry or violent nature at all till what happened then was that Parshurama's times, the warrior clans, they are in Hindu caste system or Varna system, they are called Kshatriyas, the warriors. So they, because now they could have the wars, so became very powerful. And if power, if not tempered with spiritual practice, uh, gives rise to arrogance. Every kind of power has to find utilization. Like when you are, say, having your normal gasoline driven car. It provides power, but if you do not use it in motion, if you have the car in neutral or in P, and then you press on the gas pedal, what happens? Only huge noise comes out. That is the arrogance, when there is power but not corresponding utilization of it. Both have to be together. So, in the Jamadagni's this ashrama, the general atmosphere was very calm and quiet. There was at that time a very powerful and in the Indian lore very powerful and famous king. Uh, he had his capital near what is now called Indore, Mahishmati. So at Mahishmati, he had his capital. Have you gone, Tushar, to Mahishmati? No? Oh. So Mahishmati, it is a well-known place of pilgrimage. And so at Mahishmati he ruled, and he prayed to Lord Dattatreya, this, and through his boons he got 1,000 arms. So his name was Arjuna, but he got the nickname Sahasrarjuna, the 1,000 these hands. So, and he was so powerful with his 1,000 hands, he became inconquerable and thus conquered everybody. And once, as it happened, that he was having sports with his in the waters of Narmada. That Mahishmati is also on the banks of Narmada. So that is why I asked, did you go there? No, it is. So he was having sports there, but the flow was creating some difficulties, wanted to have a lake-like thing. So with his 1,000 hands, he stopped the flow of Narmada. And then actually it is, so the Narmada took another course. And then at that time Ravana was doing, you all know the stories of Ravana. Ravana was also very powerful, this from the clan of demons, Rakshasas. So he was propitiating Shiva. And when the flow of Narmada went over him, he immediately saw what is happening and went to destroy this Sahasrarjuna. Ravana was also very powerful, but could not really this compete with Sahasrarjuna. Sahasrarjuna defeated Ravana and kept him locked. Some say he caught him, just in the and dragged him and put him in prison in Mahishmati. So, and then released him after that. So, Sahasrarjuna was so powerful. So, and what happened one day in his arrogance, he was moving all around, conquering everything, and came to the hermitage of this Jamadagni. And Jamadagni had this cow, Kamadhenu. Kamadhenu means wish fulfilling cow. So, even though the Sahasrarjuna and his whole army came there, they all were very nicely fed. Uh, in fact, Sahasrarjuna became jealous that I cannot do like this to my guest, and such elaborate arrangements, such great feast, and for the whole army. So, with the help of the wish yielding cow, Kamadhenu, that sage, whose wealth was his tapas, that is a beautiful statement. With tapas means austerities, you get everything. Mm. Austerity is the source of fulfilling all your wishes. What is the meaning of austerity? Is conservation of your otherwise frittering capabilities. You have capabilities, but then you let them loose on the various sense objects and it gets frittered away. So it doesn't then generate power. You have to put it under strict discipline for generation of power. So then you have it like this. We are getting the heat from the boiler. How? Because there are these well directed flow of this air is going, well directed flow of hot water, and through that the fans are getting the hot air and we are feeling that here. Now imagine the boilers have holes. If that boiler has holes, then all the heat will get just frittered away. It will cause fire. I remember once over this boiler for some servicing, I called one technician. So he came, looked at that. He said, "No, you cannot use this boiler anymore. It is all dangerous. It has been having so many big holes. It can cause fire. I will not let you use this. Get another boiler." And he stopped the gas flow and power to that, everything. So, in an emergency, in winter, you can imagine. So you one had to get a new boiler. Why? Because the energy is getting frittered away. We all have tremendous energy, but what happens to it? We do not find it, for use available because it is getting wasted through all these are called five holes, five sense organs, which go on, craving for different objects, like the ears, they crave for nice sounds, the eyes want nice things to be seen. So the energy gets frittered away. So what these sages do is conserve it. Do not let it be frittered away. That is the nature of austerity, that your sense demands. Oh, let me eat it. No, no, not now. Come on, stop it. You want to do something, your senses are craving for that, but you are told, stop it. This is the conservation of our energy. So, this is now, thus it can be used. When conserved, it becomes available for use on different occasions. So, this sage had therefore this Kamadhenu, the wish fulfilling cow. Its stories will come again later. But here, this Kamadhenu, this Sahasrarjuna saw that through this Kamadhenu, this big army was all fed, given all comforts that are needed, uh, I- and became jealous because he thought that he also will not be able to do like that. And what jealousy causes, jealousy causes lot of harm to one's spiritual power, spiritual life. If you see something is good happening, eh, your mind starts, having this bad thoughts about that person. Uh, and I should be doing it. You feel it should come to my lot. So one becomes very jealous. So this king became very jealous, seeing this, and after they were all nicely fed and so forth, uh, he told his some of his warriors that go and steal that cow. And they brought the cow, stole. The cow was uh, that screaming as it were, but they still brought the cow. And then what happened was, uh, the uh, the cow was taken to Mahishmati by force. And at that time Parshurama, the youngest son of this sage, returned to his father's ashrama shortly after the king's emissaries had departed with the Kamadhenu, and was much excited and incensed to hear of uh, the depredation of those evildoers. He reacted like a serpent that has been trampled upon, taking his terrible weapon of a battle axe. You know that Parshurama is that name. His name was Rama, but he used Parshu, means it is a battle axe. So that it is not the regular axe that is used for cutting trees, but it is a battle weapon. So he took it, took his bow, arrow, everything, and then uh, he mounted an irresistible attack on the emissaries of the king. While just entering his city, Arjuna saw the pursuing Parshurama equipped with bow, arrows, and battle axe, dressed to. Oh, the Parshurama was dressed in deer skin, and he against him Arjuna sent an army of 17 contingents, battalions. It's called here Aukshohini. So, uh, and the battle ensued. Some description of battle is given here. Uh, and all different weapons they were hurled at Rama. But this Parshurama, he nullified all of them and killed these army of uh, Sahasrarjuna with his that weapon, Parshu. So, so, and then he came back with the cow. But then, and Sahasrarjuna was killed in the battle. and it was thought that the matter is now ended. But no, the revenge cropped up in the minds of Sahasrarjuna's many sons. And one day, when Parshurama and other sons were away, they entered there, and although they, that Jamadagni's wife Renuka was protesting and telling them, no, 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 don't do such act. They killed the sage Jamadagni and decapitated him, took the head with them and went away. So when Parshurama saw, he became now the real exterminator of Kshatriyas, that all those evil ones now will be given a message. So he attacked them, and uh, they and he made a big hill in Mahishmati of the heads of all these sons of Sahasrarjuna, and then retrieved the head of his father, came back, and then did some kind of a surgery, attached that head to the body, and made him alive. Jamadagni became alive. So this is how it is done. There are many surgeries that are, anecdotally told, not that they really happen or have happened, but anecdotally told. One surgery story, humorous story, was told that his friend was boasting, my friend is such a great surgeon. He was just walking, and on the railway track, he found a man was run over by the train. Uh, the man's lower limbs were all crushed, but the torso was okay. So he took that good body part of the body, and then looked for if any other man is dead and he can stitch and make that man alive again, but was not finding any man's this body. So, but he found a cow, whose the head was not was crushed, but the body was intact. So he put this head of this man to that cow and stitched together. And somebody asked the friend, "Oh, do you mean to say that that fellow is alive?" "Oh, of course, he is not alive. He goes for his carpentry job every day, does carpentry, and also gives milk, because as a cow's lower part, so gives milk as well as does the carpenter's work." So it is this surgery now. Parshurama did this surgery. It is the the and then it is the story continues. Rama then narrated to his father and brothers the story of his attack on Arjuna, and so it is the it is because of his infinite patience that Brahma, the father of the worlds, has attained to the state of Brahmahood. Patience is what generates that Brahmic aura which shines like the brilliance of sun. For Lord Hari is pleased with those that are forbearing. The killing of a king on whose head consecrated water had been poured, marking him an emperor, is even more heinous than the killing of a Brahmin. So, O dear son, do expiation for this sin through pilgrimage to holy places. This is what was ordered by uh, this sage Jamadagni to Parshurama. So Parshurama did all that pilgrimage, and uh, he uh, so his powers were described here, uh, and one thing that Parshurama is associated with was that Renuka was the very chaste wife, very controlled mind, and so that is how she could, it is said that she could fetch water without a drop being leaked from an unbaked earthen vessel. Unless the vessel, that earthen pot is well baked, it has leaks. So uh, it was not leaking because of her tremendous chastity and tremendous concentration on the what she was doing. One day, as she was bringing the water pitcher, her attention was dragged to the celestials who were having their merriment. And so when she looked at it, her mind was dragged there, and she didn't remain as pure as she was. And it says Jamadagni knew that. As soon as she entered, he told his sons to uh, kill, sever the head of your mother. And no son was able to do it except Parshurama, the youngest one. He uh, killed his mother like that. And then, when the sage Jamadagni became very pleased and asked for boon, he said, "Okay, now make all my brothers and my mother alive again." So that is how uh, the, uh, he became known, and that Parshuram killed his mother and made her back alive again. There were many deeds. One of the deeds attributed to Parshurama, he had all the Kshatriyas were removed, but the kingdom now, so he distributed everything to his different brothers, and he went away, and then uh, he is credited in this mythological way to create the first that land reclamation from the sea. It is what is now called the strip of Konkan on the western these shores, that has been considered the creation of Parshurama. So there are many temples of Parshurama there, and the chosen deity, the Ishta Devata of many there is Parshurama. So this is the story of Parshurama. Now we will skip some other successors of Pururava and go to another famous story of Yayati and Devayani. So, a story that has lot of significance especially to understand that our desire for sense enjoyment can never be satiated. It grows. So, Yayati's life was a depiction of that. We shall try to see it coming Friday. So, coming Friday is what? 13th. So, we shall conclude with the closing chant, and then after that, if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask. निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं फलं शुकमुखादमृतद्रवसंयुतं पिबत भागवतं रसमालयं मुहुर्हो रसिका भुवि भावुकाः. O devotees, quaff to intoxication this nectar of the fruit of the tree of Vedas, flowing from the mouth of the great sage Shuka and mixed with the ambrosia from his words. Any question? No question here. Any question there? No question. Good. So we get an early exit today. Let us chant this bhajan. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol. Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol, Krishna Krishna Bol. Mukunda Madhava Govinda Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol, Keshava Madhava Hari Hari Bol.